What is up? This is CyberDen. I am DN2777S.
This is CyberKiller.
And we are back for another episode of the greatest podcast ever made.
Yep.
Most popular, number one.
Yep. Getting
those views.
Definitely.
So, obviously, we talk about GTA first. There's a lot to talk about from GTA this week.
There is. There's been 2 patches since we last talked about it. We got the content creator, which is races and death matches. And we got, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, we got the capture the flag patch.
Yeah. And then, what was the other thing that was on it that I had to download, so you were talking about?
What?
I forget what it was called. Like, I was telling you I had to download 2 things. What was the other thing? It was capture the flag.
Oh, you said your game messed up and it made you re-download the Beach Bum pack.
Yeah, but there was something else with it that you were saying.
No?
I don't know then.
Alright.
I'll think of it later.
Okay.
It was some other, because I had to download 2 things. I had to download the patch, and then I had to download something else.
Well, there was a game patch, and then you download the capture the flag DLC.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like there's like the Beach Bum pack when you go on the game updates, but then you still have to go on and download the Beach Bum pack.
Alright.
And it was just like that. There was a patch and then the content.
Yeah, I don't know what, because I couldn't see it on my TV.
Yeah.
But that's solved now.
It is. We finished it today. We finally got the TV.
We'll get into that whole Black Friday mess later.
Yeah.
So what do you think of Capture the Flag?
So far, it's been pretty good. We only played 1 map so far. There's about 15 maps, and there's like 3 or 4 different game modes inside the Capture the Flag. What was the one we played? It was the briefcase.
It was Raid. Yeah, we played 2 games of that.
You have to get the other team's briefcase and bring it back to your base, like capture the flag, pretty much.
Well, yeah, that makes me wonder what the other ones are like.
Yeah, I'm not sure. There's one's called GTA. One's called Capture. I'm not sure. We haven't played those yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so far it was fun. I mean, and the game definitely needed new content, something new to do.
Definitely.
And I thought it was fun. The one map we played, it was pretty good. Something different.
Yeah, I definitely like Capture the Flag. It's better than I thought it would be. Now we just need content creator for missions.
Yes. And the content creator was pretty good. I played around with it. I didn't do any death matches, but I made a couple of races. I made that cool golf course race.
The first one you made, though.
Well, yeah. Well, that was my first try at it. But I did make it. I think I made a good one. It was a race in golf carts around the golf course. I think that's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
My entity ended up in the ocean the first race. I'm just like, dude, this is bad.
Yes, what was that? It was a race on the boardwalk.
It was in the middle of the boardwalk.
On the beach. Yeah.
That was terrible.
It's pretty tight spaces on that.
The golf cart one was pretty cool, and I had the giant tractor. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was going 2 miles an hour.
Yep.
That was fun.
So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, we definitely need missions. I wish I'm ready for them to release it with missions, not just races.
Just imagine the potential they have for mission creator.
Yeah, we'd be able to do a lot of cool stuff when that comes out. And they are planning on bringing it out. I'm just not sure when.
Yeah, getting a plane, jump out, parachute, get the briefcase, kill somebody. There's potential.
There is.
And we've talked about the Beach Bum pack before, how we didn't like it and everything.
Yeah, it didn't really add too much.
No.
It didn't really add anything.
What I want is cars. I want some new cars.
Yeah, and like the Doom buggies.
No, because I want an entity-like car. I want
a new supercar.
Yeah. I think that's what we need for it.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's something else to spend money on.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot to spend money on once you start playing for a while.
I'm broke. I've spent all my money.
Well, you bought a lot of cars though. You bought, what, 2 Lamborghinis?
And I customized them both. My entity and the hot knife, they were the most expensive to customize.
Yeah.
I spent $200,000 each.
Wow.
Because I pretty much got everything on it. And then the card bomb was like 18. That ain't cheap.
You bought that parachute smoke, that was like 60,000. I was like,
it's worth it.
I looked at it. You weren't sure how much it cost. I went and looked at it. It was like 60,000 just to shoot smoke out of your ass when you parachute.
It's worth it though.
Yep.
Come on. So yeah, this red smoke.
Yeah.
Well, you need to get rid of the rainbow parachute. I don't know what's going on there.
Well, that's the default one that they give you. I haven't bought one yet. I'm gonna go in and do that. I'm gonna buy a new parachute, so I don't have the rainbow parachute
I
anymore.
want a red and black one to match the red smoke.
What do you have now? Black and yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna change that because
I never really looked. Like, do they have a lot of different ones?
I don't know. I can't see them.
Okay. All right.
I can now,
Yeah.
but I'll go look tonight. I'll probably change it tonight
Okay.
when we go back on. But yeah, I'd like to get a red and black one because that's kind of my theme. We both have our color themes. Mine's red and black.
Yeah, I'll have to get a yellow one.
Yeah,
Match mine.
you can get the black and yellow one.
Yeah.
You can get yellow smoke.
Yeah.
You should get yellow smoke on your entity.
Yeah, I never did that. I don't know why. I never got the tire smoke.
I got it on my bike. I got the red smoke on my bike.
Yeah.
That was really expensive. You can
Yeah.
barely see it
Really?
because it's like one tire.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just the
You
real
can't
tire.
even freaking see it. The entity you can see it really good,
Yeah.
but yeah, the bike that was a waste of money.
Yeah. And this weekend they're having a sale. The Adder, a motorcycle.
Oh, the adder's on sale now.
The Adder's on sale. And the motorcycle's on sale. I forget which motorcycle it was. It starts with like a D. It's one of the motorcycles.
Double
on sale.
T.
Yeah.
That's the one I have.
Okay. And the Buzzard helicopter. They're all 25% off this weekend. And we were talking about earlier, I think I'm going to buy the helicopter. It's kind of useless, but I just want to be able to use it in missions. And I think it'll be fun to use in missions. Plus,
Well,
I have a bunch of money.
We can just go troll random people.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I think this is our greatest moment in GTA. The time when we were in the attack helicopter. You were driving, I was in missiles. We were outside, and the dude was in the doorway.
Yeah.
And for 30 seconds straight, I'm shooting stray missiles. You're hitting poles and trees.
The
and
lampposts get in the way when you
and
try to
then
get
I
that
jumped
up.
out and
and
it
I
landed
don't
on me.
know what you were shooting at.
Well, that was the first time I used the missiles.
Yeah.
I still hate them.
And that TV of yours.
Wow. It actually wasn't the TV. That's the bad part.
You just didn't know what you were doing. And yeah, I was hitting trees, and because you were like, get closer, so I kept going lower and lower, and then I just started hitting everything.
Just imagine being that guy, just
Yeah.
watching this go down.
Two retards.
And he
trying
got
to-
away.
Yeah.
And now we switched, and things have gone better. I've been driving lately. You've been shooting.
Yes.
It's been going a lot better.
Yes.
So we had
Because
to.
I hit them right away. I don't say go lower, go lower.
Well, I don't hit
As-
freaking lampposts.
As
and
soon as I see him, I kill him.
you hit a billboard the other night for no reason.
Well, that stuff gets in the way.
Yeah, we gotta
when
watch
you
out.
when you
for that.
fly
That's what
that
you're doing when
low.
you're flying. What are you doing?
When you fly that low, there's stuff gets in the way.
Yeah, that's the skill though. You gotta calm down. You gotta focus on the billboards. Be the plane. And something else I'm excited about, the cargo bobs. We can finally get those.
Yes, that was what the content creator patch changed that. Now it doesn't go by level. Just random helicopters
Yes.
spawn, so you always have a chance to get a.
And
Cargo bob.
we picked up a car the other night.
We did. I tried to drop it on the guy. I think I missed though.
Yeah, it didn't even blow up.
No.
You should throw it down the giant. What's the mountain called? Mount Chiliad.
Yeah.
You should drop it down there.
Yeah.
Just see what happens.
It's hard picking those cars up there. Sometimes it just won't pick
It's
them
actually
up.
like 5 minutes, but then
Yeah.
sometimes it'll take one try.
Yeah, so I'm not sure what it's kind of buggy. I don't know. It's really hard to pick cars up.
That's how it is with coveted.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should get into the Black Friday stories now.
Your $98 TV.
Yes. So Black Friday, it wasn't even on Black Friday. It was Thursday, the Thursday before
It was Thanksgiving.
at Walmart. From 6 to 7.
Yep.
They had $98 TVs in stock, guaranteed for 1 hour.
Yep.
Keyword: in stock, guaranteed 1 hour.
Yeah, that's the key word. In stock.
So I went, and they also had the Battlefield for $25.
Yes.
I went to get those. You went to get the TV.
Yeah, we were there right at 6 o'clock, right when the sale started.
Yeah, I was in line at like 5:30,
Yeah.
and you went to get the TV.
Yep.
And so I was in line waiting for the games, and I get up to the, after a half an hour of waiting, they didn't have Battlefield 4. So I was like, where is it? You have an in-stock guarantee for 1 hour. They're like, yeah, we didn't get that in. We didn't get the shipment.
Yeah.
And so I'm standing there waiting, waiting to get these because they're like, we'll go in the back and see if we have any.
Oh, we were leaving there with Battlefield 4.
Yeah. And then this like little 4-foot tall Asian lady with a buzz cut, with these like designer pink glasses.
Yeah.
He's like, you need to move. You'll take too much space. We need to get this line moving. I'm like, lady, I'm not walking out here without Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
So she like walks away. She's all pissed off. Everyone's pissed off. And this lady comes up with 5 copies of Battlefield 4. She's like, this is all we have in the entire store from last week. She's like, this is what we had from in the store before we cleared everything out.
Yeah.
So I got 2 of them, and I'm surprised they gave me 2. I was thinking they were only giving me 1.
Oh, we needed 2 copies. I needed a copy. And what was it? It was $25.
Yeah,
that was a good deal. $25 for a copy of Battlefield 4 for Xbox 360.
Yeah. So it's a good thing I stayed and rebelled against the Chinese lady.
Yeah.
And yeah, think about it. I had perfect timing too. I got the 2 out of 5.
Yeah.
And the other people behind me took them, so that was all.
Yeah.
No one got any before that or after that. So much for the in-stock guarantee.
Yeah, really.
And then you couldn't get the TV.
No, I walk up there. It's before like the sale even started. The line's out the door. Like it's wrapped around Walmart and then like out the lawn and garden center.
Yeah.
So I just went up to the lady. I said, I need one of these TVs. What's going on here? And she's just like, they've already all been taken. And I'm like, the sale didn't even start yet. And what is the in-stock guarantee going on?
Well, because they were giving out wristbands to people in line.
When there was an in-stock guarantee, like they guaranteed they would have them. So I'm like, well, where are they?
Well, they had them.
Yeah. So yeah, she gives me this ticket and says you have to go online and buy it.
Yeah.
That's the in-stock guarantee, but that's not in stock.
No. Well, they were in stock. They were in stock. They just weren't. They were only giving them to people who had green wristbands.
Yeah, that got there, I guess, like 5 hours earlier. So I got you the ticket, and then that was a whole fiasco.
And then your friend was there too with the ticket, because the ticket you would pay for it. It was $98. I went to the register and paid for it. Then we went back, and we saw your friend there standing with it.
Yeah, and they still had TVs left. I guess like some of the people with wristbands never picked them up. So we were trying just to get one of those so we could just get out of there with a TV.
Yeah.
But they weren't having it. We got yelled at by the manager.
Well, they were gonna give it to us. It was close.
Yeah, the salespeople were getting ready to give it to us, and then the manager came and like flipped out.
Yeah, and then she tried to get your voucher from you.
I told her no.
Yeah, she's like, "May I use this, sir?"
I said no.
And then your friends, the best part, were like, "All right, we quit." And your buddy's like, "Wait, no, you're my backup."
Yes, he was really set on leaving there with the TV.
Yeah, he was pissed that we were leaving.
Yeah.
He was pissed the whole night too.
Yeah.
He was really wanting that TV.
He was.
And he didn't walk out with it.
Yeah.
He just got it yesterday. Or Wednesday.
So we went back to your house. You went online and filled out all the stuff. And how long did you have to wait? It's been about, almost a month.
When was that? The 27th?
Thanksgiving.
So, today's the 20th?
Yeah.
So almost a month.
So 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But we got it today.
Well, the thing is, I wasn't going to go today because they said they were going to email me.
And they never sent you the email.
But then you convinced me to go since we were doing the podcast.
Yeah.
And they had it. And and the funny thing is, the manager that yelled at us that night was the one that was giving the TVs out today.
Yeah, that was the one we had to deal with.
What are the odds of that happening?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty funny that she was kind of cool about it. She asked me for my driver's license 4 times.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh wait, no, I need it." I'm like, "Just keep it then."
Yeah. But it's a huge deal because now you've been upgraded. Now you have high def. You went from the old school big TV, and now you have the clear flat
the 1990s
screen.
TV.
Yeah, it was bad. You couldn't even read stuff on GTA, and half the map just went off the screen. And the money at the top just went off on the screen.
The
You couldn't see
is,
anything.
I watch wrestling down there every Monday Night Raw, and wrestling went HD 5 years ago. So for 5 years, I've been watching half of wrestling.
Yeah.
Because it was a square. It's supposed to be a rectangle.
Yeah.
So that was the worst. Wrestling was the worst to watch on that TV.
Yeah.
And I've had that TV since I was 5.
You've had that TV for a while.
So
But now, no excuses. Now you got the flat screen. You can
Yeah.
see the map. You can see the radar. You can read things.
I got my Blu-ray.
Now you can hook up your Blu-ray player too.
I have so many Blu-rays. I should watch. I'll probably watch the Star Wars Blu-ray first.
Yeah.
That was my first Blu-ray. I'll watch that one first.
You need to watch that Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I've been watching it on Netflix. I'm on episode 4.
Are you?
I'll do a little review. It only had 8 episodes for the first season.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. See, they don't do many episodes anymore of anything.
Well, if you look at shows like, for example, let's go Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Each season had 36 episodes.
Oh yeah.
Or more.
Well, I always watch Star Trek.
Yeah.
And those seasons, most of those had about 30 some episodes a season.
A regular season is 22.
Yeah.
And X-Files ran for like 24, 25.
Uh-huh.
Normal shows should run for around mid-20.
Nowadays it's like 10, 12 episodes.
Viva La Bam, they only ran for 8 episodes a season.
Really?
It had 5 seasons, but it only had 40 episodes.
Yeah, so it's almost one season of like a regular show.
Yeah, right?
But yeah, everything's like that now. Like all the TV shows do that. So they're never on.
Yeah, I hate it.
And they take like huge holiday breaks.
And the thing is, I buy the TV shows on DVD. The ones that are 10 episodes are the same price as the ones that are 30 episodes.
Yeah, and that doesn't make any sense.
Bates Motel only had 10 episodes, and I bought that for the same price as I bought Arrow.
Yeah.
Which is 2 times longer.
Yeah.
So.
We had Bates Motel. Yeah, that was a short season too. Yeah.
The next one's gonna be 2.
Is it?
Yeah. Well.
But they're not even starting until January.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's 10
and it'll
episodes.
probably be over by like May, April.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only 10 weeks.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 months. It's not gonna last. Well, they always take breaks too. I hate that.
Yep.
Arrow's been on break for the last 2 weeks, and the next 2 weeks. It's not coming back till January.
A lot of shows I watch, like Revolution hasn't been on in like a month. They took like a month-long holiday break.
I don't think that show's coming back. That show might not come back.
It's coming back. It shouldn't. It's a terrible show, but it'll be back.
Why do you watch it?
I don't know. I don't know why I watch it. I hate it. It's a terrible show. I can't. I don't know. I can't stop watching it.
It's one of those shows that's so bad you gotta watch it.
Yeah, you just have to watch it.
I don't know. I have low tolerance for TV though.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, and that's something I did today. I canceled my cable TV. I'm going all digital.
Yeah.
Which you hate. You hate the digital streaming age.
Yeah, I hate it.
I've embraced it. I'm going all digital, all streaming. Got my Netflix, got my Hulu, got rid of the cable TV.
The only current thing I do is YouTube. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's really not current. That's kind of old school anyway. Because that was the first video sharing site that, like, in its size.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm a huge YouTube fan. I've been doing it since it came out. Now I started making videos 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's really the only, like, I don't go on Facebook much.
Yeah.
Facebook
is pretty pointless.
Yeah, I hate Twitter. That's one thing I hate.
I never use Twitter.
And Netflix, I've embraced Netflix just because I don't feel like buying every movie on DVD.
So I told you, man, like for $8 a month, get all those TV shows and stuff. It's worth it.
I may have over 1,000 DVDs, but I like Netflix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's over 1,000.
It's up there.
It's 200 wrestling alone.
Yeah, it's up there.
Yeah, the box sets.
Well,
I've been getting box sets more lately.
When the box sets some of those box sets are like 30 DVDs.
My biggest box set's 62, and that's X-Files.
Is it 62?
62.
62 DVDs.
Well, I put the 2008 movie in there too, so 63 technically.
Yeah. That's a lot of DVDs.
Yeah. Hey, it's best show ever though.
Oh, it is a great show. I was telling y'all the other night I watched I think it's the 3 best episodes of all of X-Files.
You could argue it's the 3 best.
It's the season finale.
Arizona.
The season finale of season 2, and then the first 2 episodes of season 3.
I just got done this.
It's like a 3-episode arc.
Because I'm watching them from start to finish, and I actually watched that one last week. I think those were the 3 best. I could say that so far.
Yeah.
You know, Mulder's dad died.
The first episode is what's it called? It's Anna Sorry, and I forget the second one. The third episode's Paperclip.
Paperclip's one of them. Yeah.
I forget the second episode, what that one's called. But yeah, I think I would say those are the 3 best episodes of the X-Files, bar none.
The best part was when they went to that filing. Do you remember the filing cabinet? All those filing cabinets underground.
Yep. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
That's
and all
a
the
good one.
aliens like
Yeah. Yeah.
went past Scully.
Yep.
The only problem I have with that, I'm a continuity freak. You'll probably think this is stupid.
Here we go.
But they never mentioned that to each other. That the little aliens went past each other. They mentioned it a couple episodes later.
Yeah.
But I mean that's a pretty big deal. And Mulder saw the UFO.
Yeah.
He like I know they're used to it by now.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say it's a continuity error. That's
No,
just...
it's not an error. It's just one of those things they need to. I just think they should have mentioned.
Well, I mean, they both see so much crazy stuff. Like, it's pretty
Yeah.
much a given for them. Like, it's a normal day for them.
Well, where I'm at now, Scully's back to skeptic.
Yeah.
She's 100% skeptical now.
When she gets real religious, too, later in the seasons.
Yeah.
She's always been religious, but she really gets very religious in the later seasons.
I think that's why they had such good chemistry. Because he was completely scientific. She was so religious.
Yeah.
It was like black and white.
Well, she was very grounded, very skeptic, very religious, and he was complete opposite.
Well, I got to the part where the last mythology episodes I watched was when she meets the group of women.
The abductees.
Yeah.
Where are you at? What season episode is that?
I'm on season 3, episode like 10,
Okay.
something like that. I've been really watching them lately.
Yeah.
It's getting good.
They're all good. Well, that's why I said those are the 3 best episodes, but there's so many good episodes. Like, there's not many bad episodes of the X-Files.
The one I didn't like, I can't figure out the name. Do you know the guy who played Monk? Tony Shalhoub or whatever his name is? The one with he was in, I didn't like that one. Where his shadow disintegrated people.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
I didn't like that one. That's the only episode I can honestly say I didn't like.
The old guy, the psychic, that was a good episode.
Peter Boyle.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I think that's like the fourth highest episode on IMDb.
Yeah.
Because I go on IMDb a lot.
That's the best rated Monster of the Week episode.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on IMDb looking. I think that was like the 4th highest episode.
Yeah, I could definitely agree with that one. That was a good one. And he did good, and I like the ending, how they ended it. Do you remember the ending?
Yep.
He killed himself with the pills in the bag.
Yep.
So, what do you think the best season is? I've heard different things. I've heard that season 5 is the best.
With the X-Files?
Yeah.
It's hard to say because it's been so long. Like sometimes I get confused.
I think we can roll out 8 and 9.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was the downhill of the X-Files.
Well, Mulder was only in the finale of season 9. He wasn't even in 8 or 9 barely. He was only in 2 episodes. Now it's the finale.
Well, I was telling you the other day there was one good episode where it was the healer and Mulder went to him to get healed and Doggett saved him. That was a good episode. Mulder was in that one, but I forget.
That was season 8 then.
I forget what season it was. If it was probably season 8.
Because he wasn't in season 9 except for the finale.
Okay.
He was completely out of season 9.
So it must have been season 8. That episode was good for those seasons. Those seasons were terrible.
Did you ever see the Brady Bunch episode?
Yeah, that was kind of out there.
I read I haven't seen it because I'm not going to jump to it.
Yeah.
I read it. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And the dude from Married with Children's in that episode.
Yeah, that's a weird episode. Did you see the episode with Cops yet? That's a weird one.
Who?
Cops?
No.
Like the TV show Cops?
Oh, they're no.
They're like on, yeah.
They're on Cops?
That's kind of a bad episode. I didn't like that one either.
Oh my
and there's a
God.
black and white one too. I didn't like that one either. It's a black and white episode.
Well, I think the series went downhill, like because they switched filming locations. Vancouver was the original filming location.
Yeah.
And then they went to LA for David Duchovny so he could do other things.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that's when it started to go downhill. I heard season 5 was like the best.
When we talked about before too, I think a lot of the episodes Vince Gilligan directed were really good. And I'm not sure, did he direct all episodes for all the seasons, or did he stop after a certain point?
He didn't direct. He only wrote some. I'd say like half the series.
Well, yeah. I wonder what was he? Did he do episodes for every season though? Like he didn't do every episode.
I
know
just
that,
watched
but,
one for season 3, which he did.
Well, I know he was there from the beginning. I know he did season 1, 2, and up, but I'm not sure if he was in the later seasons or not.
I don't know. You'd have to look that up.
Yeah, and yeah, he did. He only did like certain, like he did like almost like every other episode, something like that. He didn't do every episode. They had different directors. But his episodes were always pretty good. He's a very good director. But yeah, for the best season, it's hard to say because it's been so long since I've watched them all straight through. So I get confused which episodes were in which season and all that. I would definitely say the early seasons, definitely not the end of the series.
Yeah. I heard 5 is the best. And then the movie after 5.
Yeah.
Did you like the movie?
Oh, the movie's great, yeah. The movie's really good.
Yeah, because that...
Second movie, no. The first one's great.
We've talked about that one before.
Yeah. It's like a Monster of the Week. Why would you make a movie out of that? Like, it's a good movie, but it just didn't make any sense. Like, why would you make an entire movie out of like a Monster of the Week episode?
Yeah. They could have just done a 2-part episode or something.
Yeah.
3-part.
Yeah.
Well, it was just a waste of actors, like, you know, like.
Well, I did look into it, and apparently, I guess Chris Carter said there was 2 problems. Basically, Fox didn't want them to do a movie based on.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Based on the arc, they just wanted a standalone film.
Yeah.
And I guess his other complaint was the budget was really low. They weren't given much money to do the movie. And if you watch the movie, it is very, like, you can tell it's low budget. There's not a lot of, like, crazy stuff going on in the movie. And yeah, he said about that, too, that they weren't given the money to do what he wanted to do.
Well, to have a mythology episode, you'd have to have, like, tanks. You'd have to have...
Yeah.
The crazy budget.
So I definitely don't blame Chris Carter. I think a lot of it was the studio and Fox and all them. They're the ones that make all those stupid decisions.
Well, he planned to make another one after that, mythology based.
Yeah. Well, there was supposed to be like a trilogy of the mythology. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're gonna see it. It's gonna happen.
I hope so.
Third movie. Oh, it's gonna happen. Don't worry.
It's still not set in stone. They're still just talking about it.
It's getting there.
Yeah.
It's getting there. I'd say it's most likely.
Honestly, at this point, I don't think it's going to do well when it comes out. Because there's not many people... It's been too long. There's not many people that even remember the X-Files that much, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. People like me, because I'm watching it all the way through now, I can't wait to see it.
Well, and me, I watched it as a kid, so I'll definitely go see it. Like, I want to see it. But how many people out there now, you know, like...
Yeah.
Saw it or even care about it anymore, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like Firefly. Like, Firefly has this huge, small fan base.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not
worth...
like
a cult.
Yeah, but it's not worth bringing out because there's not enough of them, you know? Like...
I think X-Files has a pretty big fan base.
Yeah, but it's definitely dwindled because it's been so long now.
Well, the movie kind of killed it, too.
Yeah. When did the series go off? Was it 2000? 2001? Was it 2003?
2002.
2002. Okay. So I mean, that's 11 years ago. And then when did the second movie come out? Like 2006? 2008.
Yeah.
So that was 4 years ago. 5 years ago.
5. And if they were going to make another one, it wouldn't be until 2015.
Yeah. So it's huge gaps in between.
It's in production hell.
Yeah.
You could say that.
I'd love to see it, and I'll definitely go see it if it comes out, but I don't know how well it'll do for them. Like, I can understand why they're reluctant to.
Well, they both want to do it.
Yeah, when the problem is they should have done it a long time ago. Like, they just waited too long.
Yeah.
When a lot of it was David Duchovny. He thought he was like this big time actor, and he was leaving the X-Files to do all these crazy movies.
He did one show.
He does Californication on HBO or Showtime or whatever. That's all he's done. He's done nothing else. And Scully, she hasn't done anything. She's on that Hannibal show, that new Hannibal TV show, but that's it. And she's barely on that show. She just plays Hannibal's psychiatrist.
I've never seen that show. I think that's stupid that they made a Hannibal prequel.
Why do you hate that? I think it's really. I've been watching. It's really good. But that's another one. There was only like 8 episodes.
I don't like when they mess with horror prequels. I don't like horror prequels.
I think it's really good.
Hannibal is left better unknown. Hannibal Lecter is left better unknown. No,
it's better to see like his whole life, and he's the TV show is just like the movies. It's very dark. It's extremely dark.
Here's my thing.
They almost canceled it because they said it was too gory for TV.
Yeah. Here's my thing. You know the Joker from Batman.
Yeah.
The reason no one knows his official background.
Okay.
Because once you understand the character, you don't fear them as much. Because then you start to feel sympathy for him.
That's what I'm saying though. If you watch this show, you will feel no sympathy for it. I think it makes him even more scarier.
Okay. I just think it's better left unknown.
No, I don't know. I think the Hannibal show is really good.
Because Joker, they've never officially said what his origin was.
Yeah.
After, 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
You know, there's... what they did was, there was a comic they made which showed his origin, but then he said he likes to keep it multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't really his origin.
Okay.
Like, we all know basically what happened, but you don't know the details.
Yeah.
You don't know who he was before it.
Well, and how do you know you'll sympathize with it, though? He might not have, like, a sad background.
He did.
Okay.
That's the thing. His wife was pregnant. He had to support her. That was the story, the Killing Joke story. You've never read that one?
No.
Where he shot Batgirl and paralyzed her?
No. I've seen the movies of Batman. That's about it.
I actually have the book. It's really good.
Okay.
They need to make a movie out of that.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger is the Killing Joker. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
What do you think of Heath Ledger?
He was good. Yeah, he played it good.
I didn't like Jack
It was
Nicholson.
definitely different from him. I wasn't expecting the performance he did.
Well, people are saying now, because the new Batman movies are coming out, that you have to do a Joker, but they're saying they don't want to see a Joker, because we saw the best Joker possible.
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't think we saw the best Joker possible. The Joker in Dark Knight was very far from the comics.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do you really think the Joker's that dark of a character?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think he's dark, but, like, people made it seem that, like, Heath killed himself because of the dark, role he played. But I think there's a lot more darker roles than that.
Oh, you mean as a character, or the role itself is dark?
Like, the role, you know how Heath killed himself after?
He didn't
like,
kill himself. He had a drug overdose. It was accidental.
Okay, well, it's basically suicide if you kill yourself with drugs, though. It's considered suicide. I mean, he brought his own death upon him.
Okay.
And people, and it was all over the news, and people were saying it was because he was, like, depressed and because of the dark role that they blamed it on him having to play the Joker.
Do you know how he prepared for the role?
No.
He locked himself in a hotel for 6 months.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that?
To prepare for the role.
It's just acting, though, in front of a camera, like...
You try doing that. Try doing the Heath Ledger performance. See how that goes.
They paint his face, and it's just acting now. Well, but that's what I'm saying. That there's a lot of darker characters than the Joker in other movies, and they don't lock themselves in an apartment for 6 months and then kill themselves after the movie, or overdose on drugs. He was in that bad of shape where he was pretty bad. He overdosed on drugs.
Well, who knows how long he was a druggie, though? He could have been a druggie before that.
Well, no, he very well could have. But I'm just saying, the media and a lot of people try to portray it as that, and I think that's just a little bullshit.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think it's because of that.
I mean, it's terrible that he died and everything, but yeah, he just had a drug problem. I don't think it's because he played the Joker. He had a drug problem.
Well, he was supposed to be in The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It was going to be Joker and Bane.
Yeah.
I don't even think Bane was supposed to be in The Dark Knight Rises, personally.
They just added him because...
Yeah. And it did make sense for the trilogy, though, because the first movie tested his fear. The second movie tested his... modem for being Batman.
Uh-huh.
The third one tested his strength and physical ability.
Okay.
So it did kind of make sense, but I think that was coincidence.
Yeah.
Joker was supposed to be a part in the third one.
So what were you saying? Why is the Joker such a bad person? What about his wife? I think
he's the sickest comic book character in Batman universe.
But what is his background? What were you saying about his wife and stuff?
Well, he was a failed comedian and his wife was pregnant.
Okay.
He had to support her, so he became a gangster.
Okay.
They just used him as kind of like a pawn.
Oh.
And he was like I don't know how you could say it. He was like some frail, he had nothing going for him.
Yeah.
He was completely broke.
Yeah.
And his wife was pregnant, so he had to support her, so he became a gangster. And they put him in the Red Hood costume. You ever see that?
No.
And you couldn't see in it. So he could not see.
Okay.
So they pretty much screwed him over. And then he fell over a ledge. And Batman thought he was the main criminal.
Uh-huh.
And Batman caught him, but something came loose and he dropped him into the chemicals. So his hair became permanently green, his skin became bleached,
Okay.
and it psychologically damaged him.
Okay.
So,
That's
I mean,
why
that's
he's the way he is.
yeah. And you do kind of feel sympathy for him after that.
Yeah.
That's why it took him so long to reveal that.
Okay.
And they hinted that's not the true origin. Like,
Yeah.
we all know he fell into chemicals. We just don't know 100% what happened to lead up to that.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons I didn't like Dark Knight. That's the only reason I didn't like Joker in Dark Knight is because he had face paint.
Yeah.
His skin should have been bleached.
Yeah.
Like in the Jack Nicholson one, his was bleached.
Yeah.
So, I didn't really like Jack Nicholson though as Batman. Or Joker. What do you think of him?
It was alright.
I don't know.
I don't take it as seriously as you do. Like I said, I just watch the movies,
Yeah,
so I don't know. I
yeah.
don't have to read all the comic books and all that,
Yeah.
so I don't know like if it's true to the story or not.
Well,
All that.
honestly, the Jack Nicholson one was more true to the story. It just wasn't as good as portrayed.
Yeah.
But the Dark Knight was portrayed better, just not as faithful.
Yeah.
So, if that makes sense.
But yeah, I think you should definitely check out Hannibal. I think you would like it if you watched it. And it's not like his childhood or anything. He's still pretty old in the show.
Well, do they give away all his information?
No.
Is there mystery about him?
I've never read the books, but it basically tells the story of how him and that other guy meet. I forget his name.
Buffalo Bill.
No, the FBI agent.
Oh, what's her name?
Not the girl. This is a guy.
Okay.
And he does have a role in like later on.
Okay.
And this basically just shows how he meets him. But yeah, he's not young. I mean, the guy that plays him is like probably in his 40s.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just yeah, and it's extremely dark. Like I said, they almost canceled the show saying it was too.
Did you ever see the DVD cover?
Yeah.
He's eating somebody. He has a
Yeah.
fork and napkin.
Yeah. And I think it's only been one season, right? And they didn't do
Yeah.
many episodes. I'd say there's probably only like 8 episodes. You should check it out. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's on Netflix though.
I think it's 13. Because
Is
I
it?
did look at the DVD
Okay.
cover at Best Buy. I saw it.
But yeah, I think you would like it. And like you were saying, it doesn't really give away his like childhood or anything. It doesn't say why he is the way he is. And basically with him, he's just a serial. Like he was born that way. Like he's just not right in the head, you know. But it's very dark. I think it's very good. And I think it's true to like the story and the movies and everything.
Well, the thing is, I don't believe you can be born a serial killer.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
I took psychology. We learned you cannot be born. Your childhood's the most influential on how you are in the future. So he probably grew up around a mess of a childhood, and that's why he's a serial killer.
I don't know. I think some people are just born evil.
I don't believe in evil though.
Because a lot of it, I mean, there's been studies where they like scan their people's brains, and like serial killers have different brain scans than normal people.
It's because it was made like that.
It could just be they could have just been
Charles
born like
Manson, his mother was a hooker. He never knew his father.
that. Yeah.
He had the worst childhood possible. That's why he is the way he is.
Yeah, but there's other people out there with terrible childhoods, and they're not serial killers.
Well, some of it has to do with genetics as well, like
Well,
brain chemical.
Well,
but
that's
I
what
just
I'm
don't think it
saying.
has
If
that
it's
big of an
genetics
influence
and
on
brain
it, though.
chemistry, then you're born with it. I think it has a lot to do with how their brain's wired.
Okay.
Because usually when you talk to those people too, they were kind of usually crazy when they were kids too, because they always joke around like they kill like small animals and stuff as a child. Isn't that one of the questions they always ask, like serial killers?
Yeah.
It's like a trait, like they like to torture and kill small animals when they were a kid.
Well, it's because they have nothing else to take their anger out on.
Well, where's that anger come from though? I think it's just in
It's
their brain.
from neglect, different things. I think it does a very small percentage of it has to do with chemical imbalance.
I think a lot of them are just born that way, and it's just the way their brain's wired.
We really don't know. That's the thing.
No, I don't think anyone really knows.
It's a mystery.
Anyone knows why.
Because I did a profile on the Columbine kids in psychology.
Yeah.
And they did grow up kind of in the perfect childhood, so.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say
they grew up in suburb Colorado.
A lot of these people, like these bad people that do evil things, like you look at their life, they have rich parents, they have educated parents. You know, they have everything they could have wanted when they were kids.
That brings in the debate of violence in video games and stuff, which I don't believe it has that big of an influence. Like, I'm not lighting up people randomly in the streets because I'm playing GTA every night.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a game to me, but some people take it more seriously.
Well, that's why I'm saying I think it's just the way their brain's wired. Like some people I don't think have like empathy. I think like
Yeah.
that's a
Well, they're
major.
desensitized.
Yeah, and I think that's a major thing for like serial killers. They don't have empathy. Like they can't feel like emotion and feelings,
Yeah.
so they can kill someone and like they don't feel anything. You
Yeah.
know. So I think I don't know. I just think it's the way their brains are wired.
Back on Hannibal, we kind of got off topic there. I did
Little
want to
bit.
make one more point about Hannibal.
Yeah.
The whole point of Silence of the Lambs, Anthony Hopkins was only in the movie for 14 minutes.
Really.
And the point of the movie was why he was so scary is because you don't know who he was.
Yeah.
So I think it ruins the movie that they made a prequel series.
Because you want to know more about him, and like I said, I don't think they've ever made it so you can sympathize with him or feel bad for him. They've never gone that far back in his like life. He's
Yeah.
always pretty old in all this stuff they've done.
Like Bates Motel, I think that's good because you do want to. I personally wanted to see a prequel of Psycho. I don't think that is a proper prequel, but
Well, now why do you want to see his childhood but not somebody else's?
well, I guess because I was more fascinated in that character than I was Hannibal. I guess it depends how fascinated you are.
Okay, so there's nothing wrong with it then. You just contradicted yourself.
Well, there's different points.
You don't want to sympathize with Bates, do you? Do you want to feel sorry for him?
You did in the movie though.
Yeah.
That's one difference he had between Hannibal.
Yeah.
You did sympathize with him. See, I didn't contradict myself. You do sympathize with Bates
Yeah.
because you find out how lonely he was and why he did what he did.
Yeah, but you could argue that with any of these people. Like if they're like you said, like they all must have bad childhoods or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, you can probably sympathize for all these people. Like why are the way they are? Like you feel bad that they have to do the things they do.
The one that I hated, that I wish they never would have showed the prequel for, Halloween, Michael Myers.
Yeah.
He was like, they used to call him the Shape. In the script, he wasn't named Michael Myers. He was the Shape.
Yeah.
That's how mysterious he was.
Yeah.
And then Rob Zombie had to go and make a prequel, which studied the psychology of it all.
Yeah.
It was cool to see the psychology, but I just didn't. I thought that should have remained. If there's any character, I think he should remain the biggest secret.
Yeah.
So, that's just my personal belief on that.
I don't know. I like seeing more history about him. And yeah, I think there might be a limit to how much, like, maybe they shouldn't go the whole way back.
Yeah.
But it is nice to see, more history about the person, especially if it's a character you like. You want to see more of them. So,
Yeah.
and if they already showed you the end or the older parts of their life, because like with Silence of the Lambs, like Hannibal in those movies was so old already.
Yeah.
Like I said, they went back, but they only went back to like his 40s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not like they went back that far.
And it depends if you're supposed to sympathize with them or not. Because Darth Vader, he was meant to be. You feel bad for him. That's why they made the prequels.
Yeah.
So you see who he was.
And how he got to where he was.
He was just whiny, but
Yeah.
we're not going to talk about that. That's depressing that they did it the way they did. He should have been portrayed more as a fallen hero. But he was kind of portrayed more as just like a brat.
Yeah.
Hayden Christensen kind of. I'm not blaming him. I'm blaming George Lucas.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people say that it was the wrong casting. I thought he did fine. But, the original trilogy, you're supposed to feel bad for him because he's just this man in a suit who he has no choice but to do what he's told, but then he does eventually,
Yeah, when he kind of redeems himself at the end, when he saves.
Well, the prophecy comes true.
Yeah.
So I've been surfing the Netflix lately, and I actually came across the Goosebumps TV series from the 90s. I used to watch those all the time when I was a kid.
Same here. I had all the books. I used to read all the books.
Because I remember, 7 years ago, that's when I watched it. I didn't watch it when it first ran. I'm too young for that. But they, revamped it and put it on Cartoon Network. And they would play it, every night at 7.
Yeah.
And I used to watch it. I've seen pretty much every episode, too. And bring back some memories. I forgot how good those were.
Oh, it's a great show. Yeah. It's like The Outer Limits and The Twilight Zone because it's just each episode's its own story. And it's always out there, and there's always twists, and there's always a lesson to be learned.
Yeah. It's kind of like Hitchcock or something.
Yeah.
And so what was your favorite one?
Favorite one was what was it called? Don't Go in the Basement.
Yeah.
It was the guy who was what's the name if you're into like plants? He was like a biologist.
Yeah.
And he was trying to make like a human plant hybrid, and he ended up doing it, and it like made it look like him, and it like locked him in the closet and like tried to take over his life, and the kids were like, "What?"
Yeah, because I read that one. That was one of the few ones I've read.
It was an early episode. It was one of the first books, one of the first episodes in the seasons.
Yeah.
And I was surprised by how many episodes there are. There's like 5 seasons.
There's 70 something.
I didn't realize that there was that many episodes that ran that long.
Yeah, I think it's like 70 something.
Yeah.
Could be more. I don't know.
But yeah, that's a great show, and yeah, the plant one was really good.
My favorite one was Piano Lessons Can Be Murder. You remember that one?
Yep.
That's a good one.
When what was it? They were like all robots. The guy.
Yeah, the
basement.
hands. It was just hands.
Okay. The guy in the basement made. Yeah, he would like take people's hands and make like robots.
Yeah, and so it would play perfect.
Yeah.
I always liked that one. I read that one like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that was a good one. I watched that.
Some of those though are the trilogy. It was like 3 episodes.
Uh-huh.
That one was not for kids. That was pretty messed up.
Some of those are pretty scary, and so, like if I was like when I,
some of those are psychological.
Yeah, well, like I said, a lot of them too have like life lessons that like they're just trying to like teach you a lesson when when you're watching it.
Yeah.
And yeah, some of those get really deep and they're really scary.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one. It was 3 episodes. It was like some kid had a pig head. Like, you remember the Saw movies?
Yeah.
He had like that head. Like, that's pretty creepy for kids.
That is, yeah. Because the show's for like 6-year-olds, like.
No, I'd say like 8 to 10.
8 to 10-year-olds.
8 to 12, probably.
8 to 12.
Some of them are more lighthearted than others, though.
Yeah, some are more scarier than others, and some aren't even scary. They're just weird.
Yeah.
Like the one I was watching the other day. The kid got a TV remote, a universal remote, and he could like stop time.
Yeah.
So that wasn't scary. It was just weird.
You remember the Cuckoo Clock of Doom?
Yep.
I remember that one. The worms one. That was the weirdest one.
Who was the author? R.L. Stein.
Yeah.
Is that
He did some of the intros in the later seasons. Did you see them?
No.
Yeah, he like introduced them.
Okay.
I think it was the last season or 2.
Okay.
He would, in the beginning, he would tell you what the episode was about.
Okay. Like a little commentary.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He seems pretty disturbed though. If you watch him,
he reminds me of like Stephen King. Like Stephen, and like the person Stephen King. Like he just looks like he's out there. Like,
yeah.
He's weird looking.
We should see R.L. Stein. I think he looks even worse.
Really?
He looks like he just came out like some dark forest, some dark abyss.
Looks like a serial killer or something.
He does. I can see his mugshot being on the 6 o'clock news.
Yeah, Stephen King was like that too. He looks like he would kill you.
Did you ever see the Stephen King movies? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one?
Oh, I don't even know. It was pretty good.
I saw that one.
It's like a classic.
I like Rose Red.
What was that one? The Langoliers? That was a good one.
I remember that one.
When they're on that plane and they go through like a wormhole and they land and they think everyone else is dead, but they're the ones that died. And what were they called? It was the Langoliers, and the Langoliers were coming to get them.
I never heard of it. No.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, I like Rose Red.
I've never seen that one.
It was like 2000. It was like a mini series.
Okay.
They did on TV.
Okay.
It's like 250 some minutes long.
Really?
It's really good. I really liked it. All his movies are like that, though.
Usually his movies are very long.
Well, you remember The Shining with Jack Nicholson?
Mm-hmm.
He absolutely hated that one.
Really?
So he had it remade, and the remake sucked. Do you remember the remake?
Yeah.
It was like the miniseries one. That one sucked.
Yeah.
And the Stanley Kubrick one. That was the one with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. That was the best one, I think.
I think the ending was a little bad. I don't know. I don't think they should have frozen.
Yeah.
I think he should have had more of a death.
Yeah, but seeing him frozen like that, like, stays in your head. Like, it was quite a...
Well, yeah, I can picture it in my mind right now.
Yeah, like,
exactly.
It was definitely a visual. So I mean, it did work out kind of well. I mean, visually, it was great.
Well, that's a bad way to die. So.
Yeah, and he's just frozen, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I can picture it right now in my head.
Yeah.
Red rum.
Nope.
Red rum.
Red rum.
So, where's some other... Pet Sematary. I've never seen that one.
Pet Sematary's pretty good.
Wasn't there a sequel too?
I think so. Yeah, I don't know if I saw the sequel. What was the one where everybody dies? There's like a plague. Well, I mean, yeah, that happens in a lot of his movies.
Yeah, that's very vague.
I forget what that one was called. It's like a plague. And people, I'm like, I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen them. Most of them were like TV miniseries.
Yeah, the miniseries ones are the best.
Yeah. But yeah, that one where it was like a plague. I remember it had something to do with birds. Like there was like crows, stuff like that. I don't know. That was pretty good. I can remember parts of it. I can't think of the name or anything.
Yeah. So, Carrie, it's like the most famous one he's done.
Yeah. Carrie's good.
I've never seen the original.
Yeah.
I saw the scene where she flips out.
Yeah. All I've ever seen was the original. They've remade it several times, haven't they? There's one that just came out.
There was one in 2000, 2005, and then 2013.
Okay.
And 2013 was like the big release.
Okay. Yeah, the only one I've seen was the original, and it was good. And
I've heard some pretty bad things about the new one.
I haven't seen anything about it. I don't know who plays Carrie. I don't even know who's in it.
I don't know the name.
Did you see the promo though? The promos were pretty good for it.
With the city burning, and then it just like scrolls up to her. That was a really good trailer.
Well, they did like this reality thing where these people went to they like set up this coffee shop. It was like a coffee shop in New York City, and they went in and they changed it around so that like the furniture was on like hydraulics, so the furniture would like fly up.
Yeah.
And they had this guy against the wall in like a pulley system, so he would like go up the wall.
Dude, that's awesome.
And it was just like midday, like week, and everybody's in there drinking their coffee and stuff. And like this girl, it looks like Carrie, comes in. And she starts arguing with the guy, and she starts getting mad, and she like starts.
Dude, that's awesome.
And she starts screaming, and the dude like goes up the wall.
Dude, that's awesome.
All these people are like dropping their coffee, like holy shit.
You know? I need to look this up.
It's on YouTube. There was like they did it to like promote the movie. It was like a viral video they did. It's on YouTube. It's really funny.
Well, that's like the movies in real life.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was pretty good. I saw that. Other than that, I knew nothing about the new Carrie movie.
Dude, why was I not informed? That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at it tonight.
Yeah.
Wow. So I guess that pretty much does it.
Alright.
Anything you want to promote before I do?
I got nothing to promote.
I got the cartoon conspiracy theories every week.
You do?
I'm gonna do the Flintstones, like you said.
That's a whole podcast right there. There's so much wrong with the Flintstones.
Yeah, I looked
Talk
it
about
up.
continuity errors. When I just told you the other day, they have Christmas on the Flintstones.
I kind of debunked that one though.
How do you debunk that?
There's two main theories about the show.
Okay.
The biggest theory is that it's post-apocalyptic.
Okay.
So they would know Christmas.
But how the dinosaurs come back? They have dinosaurs.
Life restarted. I don't know. I'm gonna research it more.
Because that's another thing that's wrong with that show is they have a pet dinosaur. Like their car's a dinosaur, and humans weren't alive when dinosaurs were.
Well, yeah, obviously.
And then they celebrate Christmas before Jesus was even born.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
There's a lot of things wrong.
Well,
with that.
did you know that they were the first TV couple to sleep together in the same bed?
No, really.
Yeah. Before that was like not allowed on TV.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
All right, maybe next week we can get into cartoon conspiracy.
Well,
theories.
I want to see and make a video of that because I'd be interested.
Next Monday, you'll
Cool.
see it. And next week, I want to get into evolution.
Okay.
I've seen some pretty interesting videos, so I'm a big evolution believer. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that.
Yeah.
This is DN2777S.
This is CyberDen.
We out.